Money can buy everything, Adrian King once boasted, sipping champagne from the rooftop of his penthouse. CEO of King Enterprises, billionaire and tabloid icon, Adrian was the man everyone envied. He had it all: private jets, supercars, mansions across continents. But his phone never rang with a real, "How are you?" His circle of friends were business partners, models, influencers, people who vanished the moment the cameras stopped clicking. And he didn't care. Or so he thought. It was a Wednesday when Adrian closed a $300 million deal. A celebration erupted in the boardroom: claps, toasts, laughter. His assistant Miranda walked in. "Sir, there's someone waiting in the lobby. Says his name is Tommy Saunders." Adrian's glass paused mid-air. Tommy. A name from a different life. They grew up in the same neighborhood. Small houses, shared lunchboxes, and dreams bigger than their pockets. But when Adrian struck gold with his first tech startup, he moved on. Fast. Tommy didn't. "Tell him I'm busy," Adrian muttered, swallowing the last of his champagne. It started with whispers: financial audits, stock irregularities. Then came the headlines: King Empire under investigation. Billionaire Adrian King accused of fraud. Overnight, investors fled. Banks froze his accounts. Clients canceled contracts. It was like watching a castle crumble brick by golden brick. Within weeks, he lost everything: his penthouse, his jet, even his freedom. Adrian King was arrested and released on bail, forced to live in a 2-room rental while lawyers scrambled. His phone? Silent. His friends? Gone. His inbox? Empty. One evening, he walked aimlessly, hands in pockets, hoodie up, past the city lights that once shimmered for him. Then, a voice behind him. "Adrian." He turned. Tommy stood there, in a mechanic's uniform, oil on his hands, but with the same warm, crooked smile from their childhood. "I heard," he said softly. "Thought you might need a friend." Adrian tried to speak, but his throat closed up. Tommy didn't wait. "Come on, I've got some leftover stew. Let's eat." That night, in a cramped apartment smelling of gasoline and garlic, Adrian tasted something he hadn't in years: genuine care. Tommy let Adrian stay with him. No rent, no questions, just silent support. Days turned into weeks. Adrian, who once signed million-dollar checks without blinking, now handed out flyers for Tommy's garage. He cleaned tools, changed tires, learned to live without noise. One night, over tea, Tommy asked, "What happened to you, man?" Adrian stared at his chipped cup. "I thought money would make me untouchable. But when it disappeared, so did everyone else." "Not everyone," Tommy smiled. That line hit Adrian like a punch to the soul. Adrian began to change. He woke up early, swept the shop, joked with customers. He fixed a vintage bike with Tommy just for fun. And one morning, while browsing an old notebook, he stumbled upon a sketch: his idea for an affordable, solar-powered engine he'd abandoned in his climb to wealth. "Tommy, remember this?" Tommy's eyes lit up. "Dude, we used to dream about this in high school." Adrian felt a fire he hadn't felt in years. Not for money, not for fame, but to create, to build something that mattered. The two men got to work. They didn't have a fancy lab, just scrap parts, makeshift tools, and a whole lot of faith. Months passed. They built a prototype. Adrian pitched it to small eco-startups. Nothing flashy, but practical. The buzz grew. People cared. Investors called. But this time, Adrian said no to shady deals, no to shortcuts, no to the glamour. Instead, he launched Sunshift Motors with Tommy as co-founder. It wasn't an empire, but it was real. They sold their first engine to a local farmer who smiled and said, "This'll change everything." And that smile? Worth more than any billion-dollar wire transfer. 2 years later, Adrian was invited to a talk show. The host smiled. "From billionaire to broke to rebuilding again, what's the biggest lesson you've learned?" Adrian leaned forward. "I had billions once. I lost it all. But I also lost myself. It wasn't until I had nothing that I found something greater, a real friend. Someone who saw me, not my wallet. And in that moment I realized." He paused. "Money makes you rich, but friends, true friends, make you whole." Moral of the story: Fortune may rise and fall, but genuine friendship is the wealth that never fades.